Two brothers had the idea. One man stole the glory. Every day, 69 million people walk through the Golden Arches. They think they know the story. Two brothers, a dream, a burger. But that's not the real story. The real story involves a stolen idea, a 52-year-old salesman with diabetes and arthritis, real estate fraud, a broken promise worth $100 million, and the most controversial business empire ever built. The McDonald brothers invented fast food. Not Ray Kroc. Not the corporation. Dick and Mac created the kitchen layout, the 15-cent burger, the 30-second assembly line. By 1954, their single stand in San Bernardino was making more money than most restaurants in California. They were happy. They didn't want an empire. That was their fatal mistake. 1948. First McDonald's opens 15. Price of a burger 30 seconds. Time per order. Assembly line $350,000 per year. Revenue by 1954. Huge for era. In 1954, Ray Kroc was 52 years old, suffering from diabetes and arthritis, and selling milkshake machines for a living. He visited the McDonald brothers because they had ordered 8 of his machines, more than any customer ever had. What he saw when he walked in changed everything. Not because it was food, because it was a money machine. And he wanted it. McDonald's is not a food business. It's a real estate empire. Sunborn told Kroc the truth nobody wanted to hear. The food business is a terrible business. The margins are tiny, the competition is everywhere, and you're one health scare away from zero. But real estate? Real estate always goes up. So they created Franchise Realty Corporation. McDonald's would buy or lease the land, build the restaurant, then rent it to franchisees. The franchisee pays for everything. McDonald's owns the property forever. It was the most brilliant and ruthless business model in history. In 1961, Kroc bought out the McDonald brothers for $2.7 million, $1 million each, plus $700,000 for taxes. The deal included a handshake promise. They would receive 0.5% of all future revenues. Forever. That promise was never put in writing. Kroc honored the contract. He ignored the handshake. By the time Ray Kroc died in 1984, McDonald's revenues were over $8 billion a year. The brothers promised 0.5% would have been worth $40 million annually. They got nothing. Broken promises, deception, and the dark side. How much they cost the brothers? $2.7 million. What they received, 1961, 0.5%. Verbal promise, never honored $40 million per year. What 0.5% would pay by 1984, $127 million per year. What 0.5% would pay today. While Kroc was building $1 billion empire, his personal life was collapsing. He divorced his first wife Ethel after decades of marriage, the same year he bought out the brothers. Then ran off and married Jane, a woman he barely knew, because he couldn't bear to be alone. He drank heavily. He was nearly bankrupt in 1956. He had borrowed against his life insurance to stay afloat. The man building America's most successful restaurant couldn't afford his own lunch. The scandals they buried under 25 billion burgers. In 1972, Ray Kroc donated $250,000 to Richard Nixon's presidential campaign, one of the largest individual donations in US political history at the time. What did McDonald's want in return? Simple. Permission to pay workers below the federal minimum wage. A sub-minimum wage for young employees, written into law, just for them. The bill was nicknamed the McDonald's Bill in Congress. The donation became part of the Watergate investigation. The wage law failed, but McDonald's tried. In 2004, filmmaker Morgan Spurlock ate McDonald's 3 times a day for 30 days. He gained 24 pounds, his liver began failing, his cholesterol spiked. The documentary Supersize Me cost McDonald's billions in brand value and forced them to remove the Supersize option within weeks of release. McDonald's lawyers sent cease and desist letters. Didn't matter. The world had seen what the food does to a human body in 1 month. To open a McDonald's franchise today, you need $1 to $2.3 million upfront. Then you pay McDonald's for % of gross sales every month, plus rent on the building they own, plus marketing fees. After all costs, the average franchisee clears 69% profit margin. Meanwhile, McDonald's earns rent from the property, royalties on every sale, and owns an asset that appreciates every year, while the franchisee takes all the operational risk. It is, by design, the perfect machine for extracting money from thousands of small business owners. The franchise math: who wins $12.3 million, franchisee upfront investment 4%, royalty on gross sales, every month 69%, franchisee profit margin after all fees. McDonald's takes rent plus royalty plus land value. Zero operational risk. How McDonald's prints $25 billion, and where it actually comes from. McDonald's owns prime real estate in New York, Paris, London, Tokyo, Beijing. Not just any location, corner lots, high foot traffic, landmark positions. The company holds properties in almost every country on Earth. Its real estate portfolio is estimated at over $37 billion. For comparison, its entire annual food revenue is $25 billion. McDonald's is a real estate company that happens to sell burgers. The burgers are just the excuse to occupy the corner. McDonald's employs roughly 2 million people worldwide. The average hourly wage in the US is $1,214 an hour. Meanwhile, McDonald's CEO earned $11.6 million in 2023. That's 876 times the salary of an average McDonald's worker. For every dollar a customer spends, a fraction of a cent reaches the person who made the food. The rest flows up through franchise fees, real estate rents, and corporate profit. By design. The Happy Meal launched in 1979. A toy, a box, a small burger. It was not designed to feed children. It was designed to make children demand McDonald's. Ronald McDonald became the second most recognized figure in the world after Santa Claus among children under 10. Child psychologists called it brand loyalty manufacturing. Critics called it something else. McDonald's called it marketing. After the Soviet Union collapsed, McDonald's was one of the first Western businesses to enter Russia. The opening in Moscow in 1990 drew a queue of 30,000 people. When Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022, McDonald's closed all 850 Russian locations overnight and sold them. The new chain is now called Vkusno I Talker. But the Golden Arches template, the assembly line, the real estate model, still running. McDonald's didn't just sell burgers in Russia. It sold capitalism. Can anything stop the machine? And should we try? In October 2024, a McDonald's Quarter Pounder was linked to an E. coli outbreak across 10 states. 1 person died. 49 were hospitalized. McDonald's pulled the Quarter Pounder from menus in affected states. The stock dropped 6% in 2 days, wiping $1.6 billion from its market cap. It recovered within weeks. Because McDonald's always recovers. It's too big to fail and too embedded in the world's infrastructure to disappear. Dick McDonald, the man who invented the system, lived in New Hampshire in modest comfort. He died in 1998. He had made $1 million from the sale, enough for a good life, he said. But in his later years, he gave one interview about Ray Kroc. He said, Ray Kroc was a genius at one thing: taking something someone else built and multiplying it beyond imagination. Was it fair? Maybe not. Was it legal? Technically, yes. Would I do it differently? I was too honest. That was my mistake. McDonald's feeds 69 million people a day. It employs 2 million. It has lifted communities, fed families in 100 countries, and built a business model studied in every business school on earth. It has also broken promises, lobbied against workers' wages, targeted children, and extracted billions from the people who actually make the food. Ray Kroc didn't build McDonald's. He took it. He multiplied it. And he never once apologized. Maybe that's what it takes to build a $210 billion empire. Or maybe it just tells us something uncomfortable about the world we've decided to live in. McDonald's.